Hey gang, it's Fett here. Welcome to Fett's Guitar Toolbox, coming to you from Azalea Studios in Nashville. Greetings from Toontown here. I've been doing a few videos about variations on chords with open chords and different voicings and things like that you can do. And so far we've done the A chord and the D chord, which happen to be the 1 and the 4 chord in the key of A. So in this video we're going to go over the E chord, which completes the 1-4-5 trilogy of chords, and then in another video I'm going to kind of bring them all together and use them in one group as a set, the 1, the 4, and the 5, or the A, the D, and the E. So today it's all about the E chord. So this is your standard E chord. We've all learned to play it this way. Sounds like that. Some people play it this way, and that might also depend on what other chord you're doing in the song. If you're moving around, you might play the E in that position, but it's the same notes. So the first variation on this chord that I really like is this one right here, and it goes like this. So we've dropped the third of the E chord. Instead of playing this note right here, we're replacing that note with this note up here on the same string. So we get this nice ring. It just has this wonderful drone to it where it just kind of rings out throughout the song, so you can kind of build a nice riff or a nice continuous kind of drone over top of it like this. That sounds very different from this with the third in it. So I really like that chord. The next one that I'll go through in this particular group is the sus4 chord, because we've been talking about sus chords a lot in the last couple of videos. So here's your regular E, and you want to raise that third a half step, so here's your sus4 or sus chord. It's got a really nice ring to it, and almost always resolves back into the full triad, the standard major chord. So here we go, sus, or sus4, back to the regular E. One of the things I love about the E chord is the fact that the guitar happens to have an E on the top string and an E on the bottom string. So basically anytime you're playing an E, it sounds big and full. And with little tricks like this one we just did a moment ago, you can get even more ease and more drone out of the guitar. So the next one I'd like to talk about is way up top here, starting on the 7th fret, the 5th string, with your middle finger on the 5th string, you play the E chord like so. So that's another one of those variations that leaves out a note and helps you get that really great drone. So let's compare this one to this one. So the point here is that the drone is happening on different notes. And you've still got that third note in there. Now what's really cool about it is you can use this one to go back and forth between the sus, which is now played up here on the 7th fret, and the full major triad. So there's another couple of things you can do that's cool with an E chord. Another one is instead of barring an E chord up here and playing that B string on the bottom, we can leave that 6th string open and play it either like this, in which case you get that nice open E on the top and on the bottom. Or you can play it like a bar chord and have a B on the top and the E on the bottom. And from right there you can also do the sus chord just by raising your pinky up a half step, resolving to the major triad. And this is a good place to introduce one form of the Add2 or Add9 for the E chord, which is just, of course, dropping your pinky here. It looks like an A chord would be down here open, but you're up here on the 7th fret, so you're actually playing an E chord, and all you need to do is just drop your pinky and you're playing the add 2 or add 9. So here it is with the B note on the bottom. Now what I like to do is leave that E note open on the bottom string and have a little bit more leverage with my fingers to make sure that that add 2 or add 9 note rings out. As we've seen before, you can do a little riff between the add 2, add 9, and the sus chord and the major triad. So do something like this. I've got just a couple more things I want to add to what I've talked about so far with the E chord. The first one is when you're playing this really nice open droning chord up here on the 7th fret, although it's not really the purpose of the video to talk about this particular topic, I wanted to mention that this chord lends itself really, really well to descending and ascending lines. So what I mean by that is this. So when you start up the neck like that, you can build a line that's built around that chord. So there's some food for thought for some extra stuff you can do. Another thing I wanted to mention was when we were playing the add 2 or add 9 chord up here like this, as if we're starting with an A position type fingering and then dropping our pinky, you might find that a little bit hard to maintain the bar. So another way to play it is to use your ring finger and your pinky and lay your pointer finger over top of your other one that's doing the bar, and you get a lot of extra strength that way in the barring of the chord. So you can play the add 2 this way, which is a little tougher, or you can play it this way, which is, I think, a lot easier. And one more sort of bonus chord I want to talk about here. It's not a standard triad or an add 2, add 9, or a sus 4, but I find this chord to be really, really nice to use on certain occasions, and that is, instead of playing it like this, which we've all seen before, we play it like this and add a 6th note. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my pinky up here on the 4th fret on the 5th string. That's where the 6th note is. And we still get the sus underneath it with the other 2 fingers that we've got on the 2nd fret. And it sounds like this. It's a beautiful, beautiful chord. A little harder to play than some of them, but it's a really, really great chord to use to resolve into the triad, the major triad. So that's a little bit more complicated than most of the chords I've been talking about in this series, but I thought I'd throw that one in as a bonus. So there's a few variations on the E chord. So now we've got the A chord, the D chord, and the E chord, which happen to be the 1, 4, 5 in the key of A. So in my next video, I'm going to play all of them together and show you how you can combine some of those various variations to get a nice big fat sound without a lot of complicated chords. If you like the video, make sure to push that like button. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. Let me know in your comments if there's anything else you'd like to see me do here in the toolbox. Just let me know in the comments and I'd be happy to oblige. Keep expanding, and I'll see you next time.